Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Vort-Chayei Sarah. This week's edition is entitled The Mystery of the Existing Missing Yud. We'll find out what that means shortly. So in Shishi, in Perek Chaf Hey, Pasuk Vav, the Parsha discusses, we're talking about the end of Avram Avinu's life, and it says that Ulivnei HaPilegesh, to the children of the Pilegesh, he gave matanos, and Rashi comments on that Pilegesh was written chaser. There was missing the last yud. But if we look at the pasuk, it says HaPilegesh Hey Pe Yud Lamed Gimel Shin Yud Mem. So it seems to be spelled Malay. I spoke to different rabbanim and looked around, and we didn't have an answer. How come Rashi says it's chaser if it actually is malay, if the letters are all there? I looked at the Meyam Loes. The Meyam Loes also said in the Torah it's missing. So he pulled out a tikkun, but according to the tikkun, we weren't going to pull out a Sefer Torah just to look at this. The tikkun had also Shin Yud Mem as the last three letters. So I did find someone who was able to direct me to the right place. I'll discuss that a little bit later. But first I want to share a thought from the Vilna Gaon related to this Rashi that says, Chaser kasiv shalo haisa ela Pilegesh achad. That the lesson of that chaser of Pilegeshim, which reads plural, is that Hagar and Keturah were not two people, but really the same person. And Rashi says that Nashim b'ksuba, Pilegeshim below ksuba. The difference between a wife and a Pilegesh, a concubine, is that a wife has a ksuba and a Pilegesh does not have a ksuba. So the Vilna Gaon says that on someone who's married, a man and a wife, that if they're fortunate, the Shechina beinehem, the Shechina is between them. And he says we have a remez in this pasuk from this word of Pilegeshim that's chaser. Because by Ish you have the letter Yud inside it, Aleph Yud Shin. By woman it says it has a Hey. It says Aleph Shin Hey. So that's Yud K, part of Hashem's name or one of Hashem's name, but not the full Shem HaMeforash. And then in the word Kesuba, that a husband gives to his wife at the wedding. So in there is also the letters of Vav and Hey. Added to the Yud and the Hey, you get Yud K Vav K. So that's what it means by if you have a ksuba, then you have the Shechina beinehem. Amongst the letters, you have the four letters that correspond to the Shem HaKadosh HaNorah of Yud K Vav K. However, this contrasts to someone who is only a Pilegesh, a concubine. You have a concubine, you don't have a ksuba. Therefore, what do you have? You have the Yud of them from the man, from Ish, and you have the Hey from Isha. But that's only a partial, a more minor, so as it might be, name of Hashem. And therefore, the remez in the pasuk is that Pilegeshim without a Yud would be split into Paleg Shem, that the name was deleted, that there's only Chatzi, half of the Shem HaMeforash. So therefore, we have that explanation. And so I asked Rabbi Schwartz from Oev Sedek, who's an expert in Tanakh, and as soon as I called him up, he said, well, is this the only place you came across this? So I said, I guess not. And he says there's 8 or is it 10 different places, and he referred to me to a Tosfos in the Gemara in Shabbos with a Rabbi Akiva Eiger to look at it, and I haven't had a chance to look at it. But to him, it's not the only case, and it's for you to find out and look it up yourself why this change in the Mesorah of the difference between Rashi and what we actually have. So thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.